as someone that fell for the old trick in the book of the biggest whore that you know telling you that they're a homebody, I figured that for the first episode of Choco Cinema, we would start talking about romantic films since it is February. Welcome to the very first episode of Choco Cinema, where every Monday of each month we're going to dive into a film tied to one genre. And like I said, since it's February, you already know the vibe. It's going to be a romantic month. We're going to be kicking things off with talking about one of the most overlooked little gems from the early 90s, career opportunities. Now, this is such a good film, mainly because the 4K came out, I think, last year, and I finally watched it for the first time after seeing so many clips, and I feel like when people think John Hughes, they usually go straight to Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, or Pretty in Pink, but buried under those icons in this small, charming late-night fantasy about two lost souls locked into a Target overnight, you have this entire premise that somehow works. Now, some background for you. Career Opportunities was released in 1991, written by John Hughes, but not directed by him. It was directed by Brian Gordon, and it stars Frank Whaley as Jim Dodge, the town's habitual liar with big dreams, and Jennifer Connelly as Josie, the rich girl desperate to escape her controlling father. The film didn't make much noise at the box office, and even now it's still kind of overshadowed by bigger studio rom-coms, and even criticized for being too light on the plot. But what people missed was that it has a quiet charm to it. Now let's be real for a second. This movie feels like a daydream. It's small, it's very simple and weirdly comforting. You've got two people who have nothing in common. One's broke, one's rich, yet both feel trapped in the same ways. And when they meet in that empty Target, the world around them disappears. It's just aisles of possibility, clothes, candy, roller skates, even washing machines, and these two talking about their lives as if time stopped. There's something kind of poetic about that. It's not about what happens, it's about what it feels like to be young and stuck between fantasy and reality. Now, while Hughes didn't direct this movie, this is a very Hughes movie. You feel that suburban melancholy, the small town boredom, the way people dream of something better but didn't quite know what it is. And even when we talk about plot, it's very Ferris Bueller-esque, where it's just very simple. Frank Whaley plays the kind of guy we've all met. He's a talker who can't quite back it up, but there's heart underneath his lies. Like I said, Jennifer Connelly is very magnetic in this film. There's this scene where she's just riding the coin-operated horse, and that shot basically kind of defined this film's legacy. But beyond the surface, her character kind of represents of a kind of longing, wanting to break free and to find someone who actually sees her. What makes her connection really work in this film is pretty ironic when you think about it, is that Jim's reputation as a liar. The movie is about finding truth in its way through fantasy. They talk, they argue, they flirt, but what they really do is listen to each other. There's no grand declaration of love, no airport chase scene. It's two lonely people in a store at 3 a.m. realizing maybe, just maybe, that they could make each other's lives better. It's romance in the smallest, most ordinary setting possible, and I think that's why it kind of hits today and why it hits really hard. Underneath the rom-com layer, Career Opportunities is really about identity, who we pretend to be versus who we actually are. Jim pretends that he's got ambition. Josie pretends she's fine living under her father's control. Both are stuck in loops until that night forces them to be real with each other and with themselves. And that's the beauty of this film. It's not just about falling in love, it's about waking up. Now, I do want to talk visuals, similar to how I do my Pixel and Popcorns, because I think this movie looks really good for what is basically a one-location story. I don't know if it's that 90s vibe and how all movies kind of looked a little grainy like that back then. It's very dreamscape-like. It's very glossy, warm, very inviting. There's something nostalgic about that aesthetic. Like I said, that early 90s glow where consumerism and comfort kind of blended together. It's like a love story wrapped in fluorescent lighting. Especially with it being an empty Target, you don't have to worry about normal shoppers and stuff like that, and it's very dreamlike. Career Opportunities isn't a perfect movie, however, it is uneven. The pacing kind of drifts, and the second half feels very rushed once the criminals show up at night, but it's got the sincerity that modern rom-coms rarely touch. It's not trying to sell you a fantasy, it's giving you a night where fantasy feels possible, and that's something that I always really love about this little film from watching it from the first time last year. So if you've never really seen it, or maybe you just remember that scene with Jennifer Connelly. Give it another watch this February. I think it's very charming, weirdly heartfelt, and quietly romantic in all the right ways. That does it for the first episode of Choco Cinema. This one wasn't as professional as I wanted it to be. This was very much kind of put together because I had to rewatch this film, and there was a bunch of crazy stuff with the weather going on, and so I ended up rewatching it yesterday, and just a bunch of crazy stuff happened. But we also hit 900 subscribers, so if you have not subscribed, like and subscribe. Leave a comment, helps the algorithm out, and actually comment below and let me know your thoughts on what other films you would like me to cover this month. I know next month I have something in place that's a surprise film, but I don't have anything for remainder weeks in February, so I'm down to take some suggestions. And like I said, subscribe, because we're almost at 1,000 subscribers. Thank you guys for watching. And also, 2-year anniversary video, because our 2-year anniversary was yesterday of the channel. So thank you guys for sticking around and watching these videos that I like putting together, because I love talking about film. And yeah, I'm very blessed to even have just an outing where I can talk film, because you know, most of my friends, they talk film, they like film and stuff like that, but it's different. It's different. Talking about mainstream versus talking about something like career opportunities that I could probably never get anybody I know to watch is something really cool. Whether or not this gets 10 views, 20 views, 1,000 views, I don't care. It's just cool that I can just make this video and talk about this movie. Took a little bit of time to write the script last night, and so yeah, like I said, if you've been here since day one subscribers, or if you've been here since just today, right now, thank you guys so much. And with that, like, subscribe for more, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.
Did you want to be on top? Oh no, I'm just fine right where I am. Sure.